Okay, so what I want to do is on this video, I want to go over the plays that myself and my stock options group had this week. We had a great week, man. Big returns, you know what I mean? Looks like here, like on cost, 350%, TME, 326%, BILI, 205%, and of course it goes down a little bit from there. But I'm gonna show you guys the consistency in my setups and what I do and how I do it. And it's, like I said, it's pretty consistent. I see this same setup over and over again, and that's why we're able to make such great returns on our investments. And of course we take losses, but the leverage with stock options, I mean, it's amazing. That's why we love to do it, and this is how we play the game. So let me get into this real quick. I want to quickly show you guys like the setup that I look for. So let's go over a few of my plays. I think cost was the first on that list. We made it 300%. Now I'm gonna show you why I choose these plays, and like I said, the constant thing that I see consistently. All right, so let's break this down. I guess I can start with my studies, like why my chart is set up like this and what I do on my chart. So basically I got something called the super trend candles. This lets me know whether or not we're in an uptrend, downtrend, or are we consolidating, right? So here, if you look over here, the red candles means, you know, we're in the downtrend on that particular stock. Yellow candle, it's consolidating, so it's getting ready to transition either to a downtrend or an uptrend. And then of course green is, you know, we're in an uptrend. So here, that shade there that you see on both of these screens here, that's my exponential moving average color. So let me see, let me go in here. I just got it colored so I can know whether or not this stock will be going up to the upside or coming down to the downside. So I got it colored, of course, green and red. These are my settings here. Change this to that deal there, so on and so forth. And of course, these are my Keltner channels. I love the Keltner channels. The one that I use most of the time is the number one average true range. So here I use the number one and I use a 0. So basically the upper band is number 1 and the lower band is number 2. Let's see. So I changed that from simple to exponential, so on and so forth. So you can see the settings. You know, I don't want to make this video too long, but these are my studies here. I wanted to show everything and be transparent here. TTM squeeze on the settings here, I changed it to 1.25. Okay, let's hurry and break this down. So that brings my chart to look like this. And what else do I use here? Let's see. On equities, I make sure that is not turned on. I don't want to see extended hours when I break down my chart. And we went over studies as well. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so what I basically do is I scan for a specific thing on my chart every day. So with me having a scanner, I created a watch list over to this left side here, and certain criteria has to be met in order for me to even look at a stock, right? So this is how I get these type of percentages almost daily. All right, so basically the market cap has to be 10,000 M. All right, so with that being said, I need that for liquidity purposes, right? So it has to have a lot of volume. So I like 10,000 M. You know, make sure that market cap is up there. I also love the squeeze. I love that squeeze. I gotta have that squeeze on a 30-minute time frame. That's the only constant that I see on big movers, right? I make sure there's no earnings within the next 2 days. And another thing that I do as far as the Keltner channel is I make sure the low for the day is below the 20 EMA on my Keltner channel, and the high is above it. So that basically is showing that that candle, that daily candle, is sitting on the 20 exponential moving average on my Keltner channel. That's all I want, right? So basically right in here, that's the day we got in, and then it took off up here, right? Then we're still talking about cost right now, but I just like it to sit on that line, right? Whether it's in the uptrend or downtrend. All right, so let's get all the way into this. Let's get all the way into it. All right, so what I do is, like I said, I want to make sure it's on that line. I noticed the green zone here. This was near the end of the day, so those certain stocks, y'all see my scan, and those certain stocks met that criteria. So therefore, okay, I'm expecting to move to the upside on this particular stock. So like I said, the yellow candles, it shows there's some consolidation, so it's getting ready to make a transition either up or down. Okay, let's get into this trade here. So basically what I noticed on the day before it took off is I noticed a squeeze on the 30-minute time frame. That is critical, right? And of course on the daily, you have the candle that crosses the 20 EMA on the Keltner channel, right? So it popped out, almost got to the 200% line. But most of the time, I'm simply looking for a move to the to either the money line. I call it the money line, which is 1 ATR away from the ATR, the normal ATR. I'm looking for a move there, or I'm at least looking for 1272. How do I come up with those extensions? I was taught this by a guy that we call Mr. Ross. I mean, he got the sauce when it came to this, man. He did it. So anyway, in order to do this, you take the previous week, right? So if you're bullish, highs and lows there, you get the 1272 extension. That's all I'm really going for, is that extension, because that's a good amount of money. So when it hit there, you could have got out, or if you wanted to hold, it's up to you. But as you see, cost kept going. Costco kept going. But that's the thing. I'm not trying to be greedy, because sometimes they'll go right here, or they'll hit that line and come right back down, and you'll get destroyed. You lose all your profits. So when you're not greedy, you'll make consistent income from this. All right, so let's go to the next trade. Okay, so we got TME. When I told the team about it, it was right here. Guess what TME did the next day? Actually, TME went on up to the 161.8 line, but I'm looking for a move right in here. As long as I get that, I'm perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So that was a great move. Let's break it down. Look at the 30-minute time frame. Guess what we had at the end of the day? Beautiful squeeze all day long, ready to take off. All right, and of course you have squeezes on different time frames. That's the hourly, and you have it sometimes on 15-minute. But I'm looking for the constant, because sometimes it's not on a 15 or hourly, But that 30, it's always on there for a big mover, right? So let's go to the next trade here. Go back out to my daily. Let's see. All right. That was 300%. BILI, that was 200% move. BILI, boom. Sitting where? On the ATR line, the average range line. It popped out, went all the way up here, but guess what? It came right back down to that 127.2 Fibonacci extension right there. So that's all I'm looking for. That was a 200% gain for me in one day. That's all I'm looking for. 30-minute squeeze, boom, pop out, bam, came back. It continued on, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to get my gains and go on. So it's that one. And I mean, you guys get the idea. Even with Dow and Nucor, let's see. Dow. All right. It's crazy. When you set up that weekly, it tell you what this stock about to do. Guess what? It was right here, cross that line. That's all I need to know. It was getting ready for a move. Next day, bam, 127.2 extension. Hit that line, done for. All right, let's see. That was a 64% gain. NUE, I actually made more, but I pulled out too late on it. Should have pulled out when it was at its peak. And that happens, man. You get a little greedy, get lit up. But the same thing happens, though. See, look, that was the day I told the team about it. Cross that line there. Next day, bam, 127.2 extension. Then, of course, since I should have got out there, then it pulled back the rest of the day. But guess what? Constant was something that I see constant. Squeeze, baby, ready to go. So that's all I'm worried about. That's all I worry about. Is my squeeze. Love me a squeeze. And that's it for me, guys. Just wanted to go over how I earn the consistent gains that I do, and we're just gonna keep winning. Let's get it.